We all love the GE90, but do you know that the Boeing 777 actually comes with two additional engines? Let's look at the history of the 777. Originally designed as an A340 competitor, the 777 took well to the stage. Launching in 1994, the 777-200 was the first variant to fly. These aircraft didn't receive big enough ETOPS certification to be competitive across the sea. They had much lower MTOW and thrust output. Packaged with the Pratt & Whitney 4000 and the Rolls-Royce Trent 800, they were exclusively used as a domestic aircraft. In 1995, British Airways launched the first 777-200 with a GE90 engine. This was unique since they were the only operator of the engine type on that specific variant. Later in 1996, the 200ER was launched, initially called the IGW, which stands for Increased Gross Weight. These aircraft came with the same engines, but much more range and received reliable ETOPS certification, letting them cross oceans much faster. It was the first variant to introduce the GE90 as a buyable option, but it still came with the older engines. In 1997, the first Dash 300 took to the skies. This is the least known variant of the family, as only around 60 were produced. The aircraft holds a much longer fuselage, but is only exclusively powered by the Pratt & Whitney and Rolls-Royce engine options. This makes it one of Boeing's worst climb performance jets, even worse than the A340-300. All of these aircraft were manufactured to combat the Airbus A330 and A340 launch programs. Sporting two engines rather than four on the A340 really pushed the sales of these jets, but they didn't get as popular until a new engine arrived. In 2003, the Dash 300ER was launched with a new and more powerful GE90 variant. In 2005, the 200LR was launched with the same engine, and in 2008, the 777F was launched again with the same engine. These would go on to become the most successful and known variants of the 777 family. But what happened to the Pratt & Whitney and Rolls-Royce engines? Rolls-Royce went on to develop a new engine with Airbus, the Trent 500. This was used on the next generation of A340s. Rolls-Royce gained a relationship with Airbus and went on to create the Trent 900 for the A380. Pratt & Whitney gave up on the 4000, but the project was merged with GE to create EA. EA stands for Engine Alliance. This company went on to merge the GE90 and Pratt & Whitney 4000 to make the GP7000 on the Airbus A380. What do you think about the history of these engines? Let me know in the comments.